So I went on a walk. I wasn't going anywhere in particular. I wanted to check out places that I've never walked before and to just see something exciting because I always think the world is very interesting and something is always there to see, right? As I was walking, there was two men behind me. One was riding a bicycle, the other was pushing a trolley. And the one with the bicycle rode past me. The trolley guy is just barely pushing, like starting to make me uncomfortable because I'm like, please go past me, sir, because I don't know why you're easing. I don't know if he's having something in that trolley that may harm me. So as a walking female by herself, I'm looking around. Then he came up to me and he said, I am homeless, not crazy. I wasn't assuming either, but thanks for the information. But as he passed me, I thought, let me follow him to see where he's going. So I followed him. He went to a supermarket. So I was like, I'm not going over there. I kept on my journey and he met up with a lady with two dogs standing at the front of the supermarket. I was like, oh, that's cute. So then I saw another guy. I was like, let me follow this guy. I didn't know where he was going either, but I was like, I'm not going anywhere either. So let's see where we end up. I'm walking by the guy going up the street. He disappeared too. I was like, okay, that's funny. So I took my phone out to record a video and I was going to talk about sometimes we are following people and we don't know where they're going and they have a different destination from us. But as I was recording the video, it wasn't saving. For crying out sake, I recorded the video so many times and it wouldn't save. And as I was pacing up and down the street, I saw this lady across the street. She just kept looking at me. She went to the supermarket and she came back out. And she came, I stood there looking at my phone trying to see the video that I recorded. And she came to me and she said, do you live on this street? I said, no. She said, are you lost? I said, no. She said, I've never seen you before. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. Are we supposed to see everybody before? And then she said, I'm not racist, I'm Mexican. So I cackled because I was like, it's funny you had to even say that because I wasn't assuming anything. But after that, she started to tell me. So, guys, this is where my camera went down, if you can see that. So just pay attention to the screen for the rest of the video until you see me back on camera. Thanks. She said if I was lost. No, stop. She said I looked lost. And I said, I'm not, I promise. I literally live down the street and I'm just walking around to new places that I've never been before. And then she said, oh, okay. Well, there's public library is down the street. It's very quiet and peaceful. I said, yeah, I saw it. I'm going to check it out one of these days, which I did check it out on my way back. And then she told me about a park down the street. And funny enough, the park caught my attention because everywhere that I've always been, I've always searched for a spot where I can just go to consistently and just have a peaceful experience. And that's exactly what I needed in that moment without even knowing. And she gave me the direction to the park. And then she told me about a pool. I haven't checked out the pool yet. But after, we chatted a little bit and then I said, okay, thank you. And she's like, sorry for being nosy. I'm like, you're all good. I don't even know her name, but it's just a very different experience. I've never really had anybody just interrogated me like that and just provided what I needed in just one sitting. So I went down the street and I found the park and oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. And I was trying to record this video again, down at the park, and the same thing happened. But I learned three main things from this. Wait, the story is not finished. I went over to the park and I walked around. After I attempted to make the videos multiple times again and they still wouldn't go through, I said, you know what, I'm just going to put this phone down and go and experience this park. So I put my phone away and because I thought it died or blacked out because I wasn't seeing anything on the screen. After about an hour at the park, I realized it just like blacked out, I guess, because it came up back. And I saw that the video was recorded, but it's just the end part cut off, so I'm just finishing the story now. But I sat there after I walked around and then I went to go swing on the swing song. Yes, as a little child, I love it. And while I went over to the swing, though, a little girl came up to me and she said, hi. So I said, hi. And she said, how do you get on that, which is a swing? So I asked her, do you want me to help you on? She said, yes. I put her on. Then she asked me if I could push her, and I pushed her. And I was there pushing myself, pushing her, pushing myself, pushing her. But that little experience with her, it just really reminded me of when I was a child. I was so bold and so confident, and I was always described as being feisty, and I would go up to anybody and approach any conversation. And fast forward to years later as an adult, I am the opposite of that. I shy away from a lot of conversations, like I feel very uncomfortable in just interacting with people that I don't know. I just became so shy, and I've never been a shy child. And I just want to talk about three main things that I learned from this experience. One is being open minded, another is being like a child again, and being curious. Curiosity led me to the park because I just saw a lot of cars parked over there. Not the park, yes, but yes. I saw a lot of cars parked over there, and I just wanted to know what it was. And I saw that's how I ended up seeing that it was a supermarket. That's how I ended up following the homeless guy. That's how I ended up meeting the lady, which led me to the park. I was open minded to what she said to me, and that's how I went to the park. And being at the park and meeting Lucy, it just reminded me that I need to get back into that zone of childlike because it will help me to accomplish all of my goals and dreams. Like we all just need that little reminder at times to be bold and to not shy away from the things that we want because that's where the power lives. I'm so glad I met that lady, and I'm so glad I met Lucy, and I'm so glad I didn't even go out there to create content, but just by this experience I found something that I actually wanted to talk about in a long form way that was very mind blowing for me, and I hope it's something that will be interesting for you to watch as well. So you finished the video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you learned something, if this was an informative content, please comment down below what stood out to you the most and any lessons that you think you can apply to your life, whether that's reconnecting to your childhood or learning how to invest in yourself as an adult. If we haven't met before, I'm Khrista-Lee, and I talk all things investing in you, from business, entrepreneurship to self-development and personal development. So if that's something that you're interested in, and if you did like this video, please consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.